Should the Chargers take Jordan Davis at 17? It's an interesting topic only because, okay, to background, most of you know this. Chargers run defense is bad. It's a horrific. It's terrible. It needs work. So obviously the primary, like the popular pick in mock drafts is going to be Jordan Davis to the Chargers because he's 6'6" and massive, and he takes out double teams. He's going to eat space like nobody's business. Free up your linebackers to come downhill, make plays in the run. Free up those safeties, which are important run guys with run fits in Brandon Staley's scheme. They got to come downhill and make plays in the alley. Should the Chargers take Jordan Davis at 17 to just say, all right, we got a big part of fixing the run game out of the way, Jordan Davis at 17? Nate, do you want to go first or should I go first?
Yeah, you know what, Jake? I'm going to start this with the most practical reason they should take Jordan Davis, right?
Let's do it, brother.
Not only is he going to fix your run defense.
Oh, no.
He's going to be on your run offense as a fullback. My man can score some touchdowns for you. Game, set, match, bye. Okay, 6'6", 340 pounds. You know, a guy that is a senior, was a senior, obviously, with Georgia. He's one of those guys that is just going to do it all for you. He can push the pocket, 32 total tackles this season, 5 for loss, and a national championship. A starting defensive lineman at a place of need. Where in a draft where, you can get him later, but he's looking like the one, if you're going to pick one at 17, that's probably going to be there for you.
All right, there you go. Nate Mayock with his this little piece there on Jordan Davis. Defensive tackle for me is not as premium a position as where the Chargers should look elsewhere. The Chargers have other needs. Okay, Mike Williams is a free agent. And are you going to re-sign him? I wouldn't. I think receiver is actually a big need. Justin Herbert, got to help him out. You have to help him out. Jameson Williams, Garrett Wilson, guys that are there, if they're both there, one of them's there at 17, I'm zero hesitation. Jameson Williams can win downfield. You can use that howitzer of an arm Herbert has. Garrett Wilson can win at all levels. You can use that howitzer arm deep, but Justin Herbert's a good processor. He can win everywhere for you. Help that offense out. On defense, I think there's a premium position guy that I would even take on defense at 17 before I would take Jordan Davis. Nakobe Dean would help out your run defense as well. I know Chargers fans don't want to do linebacker in the first round. They have nightmares of Kenneth Murray, of moving up 14 spots for him with the New England Patriots. I understand. That was a nightmare. I get it. But Nakobe Dean is a different player. Nakobe Dean's a fun player. He is excellent. Even if you want to go to the edge rusher, Jermaine Johnson's a great run defender on the edge. Pair him with Joey Bosa, get after the quarterback. Defensive tackle has players later. Travis Jones is the perfect second-round pairing because he plays nose, one tech, and he can rush the passer a little bit. He showed you. He was like one of the top 3 players in Mobile. So for me, I'm going premium position, even if you want to go corner, because you feel like, okay, we don't love our cornerback room. We hope Asante Samuel Jr. takes the next step. Even a guy like Booth. I'm going a premium position, whether it be Dean, whether it be receiver, whether it be edge or corner. I'm going to go one of those 4 spots before I take a defensive tackle in the first round. And that's my piece. And this isn't me saying that Jordan Davis isn't a very good player.
No, yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that's part of the argument, really. But I didn't have a lot of time. I think the Chargers, when you look at even just like defensive tackle in general, like there's a guy that maybe a lot of people don't know. His name is Noah Ellis, who plays for Idaho. He is a big dude on the defensive line. He is a 0 tech, 1 tech type as well. He is 6'4", 359. Nate, 359. Defensive tackle. Probably day 3. You can go get that man. Say, listen, hey, buddy, Noah, hi, friend. This is Brandon Staley of the Los Angeles Chargers. We need you to take on 2 fellas so you can help us out up front.
I want to know what percent body fat
I don't care if you can get after the quarterback, Noah.
Noah,
I don't care if you can get after the quarterback. Just take 2 guys for me.
I just want you to bear hug these offensive line.
Yeah. Listen, these dudes, Creed Humphrey and Trey Smith, I need you to just eat those spots, man. Just eat up those 2 fellas. Eat up Humphrey and Trey Smith for me, please. Thank you very much. We'll take it from here. Like, you can do that. Like, that's something I would even consider. Nate, you're an LSU guy. Neil Farrell Jr., pretty nice player, actually.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
No, I think there's plenty of options,
6'3", 338. 6'3", 338. And and I'm not trying to necessarily devalue run stuffing defensive tackles, because
No,
if
yeah.
you're gonna run a lot more quarters, and you're gonna run these two high shells, like you have to have these guys in your building. Like you have to have some of these guys in your building. So I'm not necessarily gonna fault the Chargers for doing that per se, but if I'm sitting there and I'm the Chargers and I understand that I have to keep up with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, I have to keep up with Josh Allen and Dawson Knox and Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, and potentially catch up with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Higgins, how in the world am I not going to say, hey, Mike Williams, you're a nice player and all, but I need myself a Garrett Wilson. I need myself a field tilting Jameson Williams on my team.
Yeah.
I need me a younger version of you and Drake London on my team.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need to be able to defend these guys better. I need an Andrew Booth. I need a Trent McDuffie.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. I just think the premium that you're going to put on, and I'll finish, Nate, and I want you to definitely get in. I think the premium, and I'm actually writing up a piece for Rise and Draft right now. I think you need a wide receiver too that can win when it matters and is not going to be schemed open just randomly. Like, I love Matt LaFleur and the Packers. I love them. You can scheme Alan Lazard open. You can. When the chips are down, do I trust that man to beat his man? Not really.
Nope.
And that's where I think the Packers fans are divided on that argument, right? But I think, listen, when you hit the Bengals, and if your line was a little bit better on Sunday, you have Jamar Chase, who's going to get a lot of Jalen Ramsey. But you have Mr. Ringer T. Higgins over here up against 5'9" corners potentially on the other side. Throw it up to him. Like,
yep.
That's why they have these two. They can win. They both can win on their own, different ways. So if you're the Chargers and you're like, yeah, okay, Keenan Allen can win underneath. He can do all these things for us. Great. Like, he'll separate underneath. Great. Jameson Williams will beat you over the top even if you got quarters. Like, that's just where I'm at. And I maybe went a little too long there, but go ahead.
This argument, I think I actually do agree with you and with Braden. I think Braden makes the best point that we can have, about that cap space, especially in a league where a lot of teams are pretty cap stretched after the last couple of years. We do think the cap space, like the limit, is going to go up this year.
They come out with that number? I feel like they haven't come out with the number yet.
I don't think they have yet. But not every team, and we saw it with the Saints like this year. The same situation as the Packers is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Not this year, but in the past with Michael Thomas. You have a scheme open Emmanuel Sanders. But just like happened in the NFC Championship, Jared Cook, dropping passes. It happens every year. One team looks promising and then they drop the ball. It's natural. But I think in this spot, the premium is so high that and the class is so deep at the pass rush. And if you just want a big old dude that can go out there and bear hug, like we said, 2 offensive linemen, they're there later in the draft. But you know who's not there that later in the draft is those game-changing offensive talents.
Yeah,
that you can pair up with what generational potentially talent. Justin.
Yeah, you're never getting Jamar Chase day 3.
No,
like it's not happening. Like I know there are exceptions always. Antonio Brown and Stephon Diggs are 2 great exceptions on day 3. What was the difference? They were a little bit undersized. And I think the NFL is starting to figure out, okay, they don't necessarily need to be big if they can separate on their own like both of them could do, which is why you see a guy like Elijah Moore go earlier than maybe expected because he can separate on his own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you look at this draft and you look at, okay, if Treylon Burks figures the route tree out, good night, America. He's going to be very good.
Yeah.
If Jameson Williams can work on attacking the catch point a little bit better and using that catch radius he has to secure the football in tight spaces, like good night, America. Garrett Wilson might already be good night, America, because he wins leverage, blind spots, all that good stuff. But yeah, I totally agree, Nate. You have to have these elite players on offense to keep up.